me tell you about this elevator pitch that I gave Mr. John H. Johnson in front of an elevator in the lobby of his publishing building in Chicago. I wanted to model desperately, and I was actually not able to complete Spelman College because of finances. So I really desperately wanted to go on a modeling adventure. So something happened with the tryout in Atlanta. I'm not sure, but I wanted another chance to try out. So I devised a plan and I flew to Chicago. I stayed with my grandmom, Stormy. She had a high-rise apartment overlooking Lake Michigan. And I told her that I was going to meet with Mr. Johnson. And she didn't know exactly what I was up to because I was always trying to do some research and stuff like that. So I told her that I wanted to do it on my own because after all, she was a socialite and she knew his wife and could have made a call, but I did this on my own. So I remember getting up really early in the morning, taking the bus because my grandma Stormy knew the entire city of Chicago. She knew how to get around because even though she drove, she didn't drive. She took cabs and had people drive her around. And she did take the subways and the buses. She was that city type of lady. So I got on the bus that morning. I arrived to Johnson Publishing on Michigan Avenue. And I just, went into the lobby and I talked to I guess it was a person at the desk or whatever. And I said that I was waiting for Mr. Johnson. Can you imagine? And the person said, well, he comes in every morning around time. He used to come through the front door just like everybody else. So I sat in the lobby and waited. And surely enough, here he comes. I recognized him. And I approached him as he pushed the button for the elevator, and I walked up, hi, Mr. Johnson, and I mentioned that there was a story done about me a long time ago, one of his writers, and I forget his name right now, Leon Bennett. I believe it was Leon Bennett because I met Mr. Leon Bennett when I was there because Mr. Johnson took me around to meet a lot of the staff. So I just chit-chatted with him really quick. I didn't have a lot of time. I literally did an elevator pitch. And then he told me he would go up to his office. He had to get kind of settled in, but he said, I'll call for you. And what went through my mind was he's going to call security and have me removed from the premises. But no, guess what? I waited patiently. It wasn't that long that went by. And someone came down the elevator and told me, you have been called to come up to meet with Mr. Johnson. So I get on the elevator and go to the very top. He was on the penthouse level overlooking Chicago, a beautiful scene. All I remember was mahogany was all over this office. It was very, very just beautiful, opulent office. And I sat down with Mr. Johnson and we had the most amazing conversation. We talked for a long time. He offered to introduce me to a lot of people. We got on the elevator. I think we even maybe ate a meal or something. I remember getting on the elevator and guess who was on the elevator with us? It was George Benson. He happened to be in the building. So I met, like I said, I think it's Leon Bennett, or Lerone. I think it's Lerone Bennett. I'm sorry, Lerone Bennett. And he did a story about me and my father a long time ago. So I had, referenced the story. Me and Mr. Johnson talked about it. And just amazing time. So I was able to then get selected as a model for that upcoming season where I was in the Ebony Fashion Fair, and I traveled with them until I went over to Milan, Italy with one of my roommate actually from the tour. She was the only white girl on the tour, DJ, who was from upstate New York. I wonder how she's doing. Anyway, we went to Milan, Italy to model over there. So I wanted to share this story because I am going through a lot of documents and I'm going to write my book finally. A lot of you have encouraged me to write a book, and I am in the process and will be dropping a book soon. And it's going to involve a lot of history, a lot of American history that my family has been, I guess you could say, the keepers of history and stories, and I am the sole heir to my father's estate, and I am getting into position.